now that I've discussed like real life stuff and what the just catching up real life, what is the plans? What are we doing for Everfree Northwest this year? And answer that is a good question because got a lot of panels going on, but some unfortunate news. With panels, there's bound to be conflicts. So for the most part, and what kind of sucks is that a lot of these seem to be like actually cutting right into right around the pony stocking gala, but I'll get to it as soon as I'll get to it as which way as possible. But usually it's normally clear, the opening ceremonies, and then free for about roughly from 10:30 to 1 p.m. So it gives us a good few hours to like have lunch, roam around the Bennett Hall, the works. We got Bridalwood Squares at 1:45. Obviously a reference to the old game show Hollywood Squares. And a lot of people may be thinking, Bridalwood Squares? Why does this sound so familiar? Hollywood Squares? Why does this sound so familiar? Maybe because it's the one clip with Gilbert Gottfried, and it's like everyone keeps failing to answer the question correctly, so it goes on for like what feels like 15 minutes straight of just constantly like everyone like answering the question wrong, and Gilbert Gottfried being like, "You fool!" Actually, kind of been a long time since I last remembered that clip. I think, crap, must have been a decade or so ago since I saw the that Hollywood Squares clip. Okay, 6 minutes, somewhat like 6-10 minutes straight of like person answer of this like consecutive wrong answering question. It's just absolutely hilarious, and people even nicknamed it the "You Fool" episode. It ought to be interesting if they continue onwards with the if they'll bring the whole "you fool" thing to the Bridalwood Squares thing panel. But next up we have our first conflict between both Whose Line Is It Anyway, running from 3:15 to 5. Running from 3:30 to 5 is the Buckball Tournament. No doubt I'm willing to bet Red Card's going to go to the Buckball Tournament. In the past, I think there's been times where I think he's done the tournament on Thursdays, sometimes Fridays. But it's not normally during like an AC Race Best panel, but then again, I don't think AC Race Best has been to many conventions this year. As far as I can recall, the only convention he's gone to is this year is MobileCon. But MobileCon's always it's outside of the pony, so at least they have fun with that. So yeah, it kind of looks like I may have to skip the Buckball Tournament, despite the fact that I would like to, as cool as it would be to be like the on the floor person or whatever, or just be the one standing up or whatever, or at least some like over the shoulder shot of like the players and everything, or maybe just that one person up there and just shifting left and right the players. As nice as it be, unfortunately I have to leave it. Our next conflict involves, like I said yesterday, a Fluttershy panel. Yep, a Fluttershy themed panel from 67, but from 6 to 7:30, a panel about G1 and how it's actually genius, hosted by Scooter Tricks. And it was just like so close, and it's like I see this like video, because it's like at first when I was like editing this, I'm like, add this, add that, add the Fluttershy appreciation panel, sure, it happens before pony stock, I can make this, I can make that. But unfortunately, I have interest in a Scooter Tricks panel, and I can't do it. I have to either go to one or the other. And the problem is, there's going to be a lot of people bringing Fluttershy themed merch, and it's happening in one of the teeny tiny rooms. No doubt where one of the plushie meetups is at. But it's pretty much just like bring all the plushies and merch of Fluttershy. I'm surprised that it's just like they don't have a panel room where they talk about Fluttershy. It's kind of interesting. Now, I'm utterly unsure. Like, plushies, no problem. But in terms of the merchandising I have of the ponies here, I have a bunch of Fluttershys in terms of merchandising. But problem is, I don't know whether or not I even want to risk, like, bringing some of them to the convention. Especially the Fluttershy coin bank. Because, as I mentioned 2 years ago, this thing is rare. And I do mean rare. Just to find one of these alone, it's easier said than done, especially for the type I have. And this is by a Diamond Select. So if I try to look on eBay for like the Fluttershy coin bank online, let me get to the eBay real quick. If I go to there real quick, some of these, like out of the package is like $45 plus $10 in shipping. Like, and this is one in like mint condition, like I said. If the photos will ever appear. Yeah, so it's quite literally a Fluttershy themed coin bank. But for something like, there's only one other list. Well, actually, about free listings, because apparently there's another one that's like damn near $50 with shipping, and this thing came out in 2014. And the other one, this coin bank right here, $300. Holy God, $300. And this is, at least from the photos I can tell, this is one that's like out of the package. This one I have here, Lord knows how much. I don't even remember how much I paid for it. But I think it was like 100, like somewhere near around $100. Thankfully, you can look at the purchase history on eBay. But while I'm at it, I might as well discuss about other panels. So outside of the Fluttershy panel cutting into the G1 panel, we do have pony stock going on. And for this one, we're going to be here. I mean, obviously, I got to be here. I got to be there to film off everything, or almost everything. I mean, obviously, I got to be there to film Forever Free Brony. There's interest in filming Forest Train again. You know, the person that made Great to Be Different. True classic. Very, very true classic. But then we have the Wonderbolts. I can't remember what they're known for, but they're kind of pretty cool in terms of their rock music and everything. But I think it's like sometimes like covers, like hard rock covers of the popular pony songs. So somewhere around those parts. As for the others, possibly I haven't really thought. I mean, there's Evershade, but it's another one of those where it's unsure. I don't know really whether or not I want to do that, but shockingly enough, this is actually from the, and I actually found this out, this is from the same guy that did, kid you not, the PMV for Mr. Pinstripe's suit. You know, the big bad Voodoo Daddy song that came after my PMV for Don't Give Up by Eagle Eye Cherry. Yeah. It's the same guy. It's literally the same guy. This guy. Right here, Evershade. And, like, he did Mr. Pinstripe suit. Now that right there, that is awesome. There's no point denying that. That is awesome. Okay, subscribing, hitting the bell. I'm gonna watch them. But now that I think about it, pretty much I'm free the entirety of for the rest of the night. Sure, I might record him. Might be fun to do that. No problems. Anywho, the next day. In the morning, around 10, we have Cartoon Court, an obvious go-to. Few hours of resting a bit. Then at 1:30 or so, we have the cosplay contest. A must. I gotta film that. Because I don't really see anybody filming cosplay contests or really uploading it online. So I gotta stick to that. Unfortunately, it cuts into 15 minutes into the Riffing is Magic panel. But I could mostly see some of those, like, online. So it wouldn't be a problem. I wouldn't mind missing out on 15 minutes of that. But then we enter the big one. Yes! For the first time, traveling from the HarmonyCon, the My Little Millionaire panel. Yes. Now this is a good one right here. Pretty much it's just, who wants to be a millionaire? Except with ponies. Had to pick a hair off of the camera mic. But this is pretty much just like the big one. I think it said that like one of the prizes that I think if it's like if you went far, you actually won a badge for next year, I think. I don't remember how it went, but it's definitely along the lines of like people participating and everything, and then it practically just works like the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire show. I'll be honest, I don't think I've actually seen it. I've been on and off, but I haven't really seen much clips of it, to be honest. I think all I've seen was videos of like small clips here and there of it. But I heard there were some people at this year's HarmonyCon that did something they weren't supposed to do. And that is silence. Like, they don't need to be rude or anything during, like, being in that audience. But I heard somewhere in HarmonyCon they did that, and let's say some people were very upset about it. And for our next conflict into Everfree and into our big night in the gala, Jackbox. The gala with Jackbox conflicting with the gala. Now, as usual, I will, like, had, like, Jackbox not interfered with, like, if it was, like, on a more, like, on Saturday or Sunday, like, that I wouldn't, if it was, like, more later in the day, I wouldn't mind. But it's happening during the gala from 7 to 9. And what's going on from 7 to 9? Well, at 7:45, I gotta be there for Forever Free Brony for 30 minutes. Then at 9, it's the appearance of the cover band My Little Romance by Prince Whatever. I don't know whether or not, like, even, like, El Donde even saw this happen in the first place, but a cover group of the My Chemical Romance album, the Black Parade. Like, as far as I know, I don't think I've really listened to any of the other My Chemical Romance stuff of theirs. Like, outside of Welcome to the Black Parade, the only one that I've ever heard of was their cover of Bob Dylan's Desolation Row, which played at the end of Watchmen. I sometimes joke around with myself that if there's a way to go out with a bang, especially for the ending of, like, the whole Everfree Northwest vlog series as a whole, like, there's no more Everfree going on, definitely Desolation Row would be one of the ways I would go out with a bang. So yeah, cover of the Black Parade, but it's the Friendship Parade. And I always keep tweeting at them if I see it on my list saying, you gonna do a performance of Desolation Row? Because, as I've mentioned, it's a bona fide version of Chemical Romance's Black Parade album. But I've never listened to any of the other albums or any of the other songs from MCR outside of Black Parade, because of El Donde's PMV submission last year. And that was like legit, like, in my opinion, the greatest El Donde PMV 2 that he's ever created and submitted to Everfree. So yeah, like, conflict is Jackbox right here from Sum 39, and then for Everfree Brony and the My Chemical Romance band. Now, this is going to be a big problem because obviously I can't miss out on Forever Free Brony, but I also can't miss out on the Jackbox panel. I mean, I can record them, no problem. The Jackbox stuff, no problem, because I still, if I had it in my box, probably sitting out here somewhere, that I would bring my game capture device. But the conflict is, how do I approach this? How am I going to record these back and forth if I just have one camera? There is one solution, though. Now, I know many people have said that this camera had, like, potentially had bitten the dust, and I've only used it since the 2021, and pretty much this is my prop camera for most of my vlog openings and stuff. Well, I'm bringing this bringing this one out of the dead to record for every brony. It did take me a while to find batteries for it, or at least fresh batteries, because, I don't know, somewhere during this move I kinda sorta lost the batteries on this. Swear to God, there better not be anything broken in here. But that's not the only thing. Because I have the stock battery right here, but it was low on charge. I found an extended battery alongside a charger, but one thing I should mention, I lost the main camera charger years ago. I lost the extended charger years ago after I had replaced this camera with the Sony one. Maybe if I could, I would get more batteries and a larger charger. That actually kind of rhymed. But just for giggles, and I'm not sure if you saw this, I just for laughs, for the My Little Romance thing, I am going to record them with this little beauty. Yeah, a mini DV camcorder. But thing is, it still works. It powers on and everything. Of course, it's not recording in a tape right now, but if you remember, like, doing that remaster of my older brother's, his high school project and everything, then there's tapes for it. There are some tapes that have got, like, memories on it. Some of the tapes are just kind of damaged. But question be, where do I get, aren't the tapes, like, expired? You can't find them elsewhere? That's where the online garage sale comes into play, because I got one. New and in the package. I almost did think of going to one that had like a few lots on it, like a lot that had like maybe free 5 of these, but I kind of changed my mind. Decided I think it's better if I just do one. Not like I'm going to record anything else on it. And a lot of you wonder, do I have the correct devices to capture it outside the AV? Answer to that is yes. I need to open it up once I'm off camera. But this is my backup PC. I use these in case of emergencies, like if my main desktop kabuts or not. If my desktop kabuts, I will put this on. It's not powerful, but it's better than nothing. It's got a FireWire hookup, which of course many DV cameras come with those. So most definitely I'll hook up a FireWire to it. Hook my DV camera to it, patch it in via the FireWire, captured in Vegas, in Vegas Pro, which that machine still has. I tried it once for like AV, or at least my old guy, like, you know, the HPOG capture devices, but unfortunately it never worked. I never could get it to work. I never could, never would, it never would, and I don't think I could ever make it. Yeah, come on, almost there. There we go. Or at least I peeled a sliver off of it. But at least I could get the package knife inside of it finally. If I don't lose my finger. That is. I better focus on the rest of the discussion about panels on Sunday outside of Jackbox. Do we have any other conflicts? Bonus React, nothing. We do. There is a conflict between the PMV contest and the charity auction. Like a. So it's 1:30, so This is roughly I think almost, because 2:15, it starts at 1:30. I can't do math, but see, it's 30. So we're talking, okay, so talking a 45-minute, like, can't do the competition. I mean, obviously, Redcard would be there. He's pointing at people like it's the Spider-Verse movie, like it's the Spider-Verse movies. So, should be fun to see what that's like. And then outside of that, it's the closing ceremonies. Yeah. The one moment that people don't look forward to in terms of the convention, or any other convention that is, and that is the closing ceremonies. Oh, and I might as well discuss, like, why record the Chemical Romance Band in mini DV, despite the fact we have digital cameras. Let's just say this is just for laughs. Like, I'm just doing it for laughs, because I'm just, in my mind, since I got the DV camera, I'm just like, since I found at least a fresh one online, because the old one I had broke. But people wonder, why mini DV? Why would you record that? That's because it definitely give out that, like, 2006 feel to it. I mean, definitely that, like, mid-2000s feel to it. Like, digital cameras were coming in, they were, for the most part, expensive, and people still had, like, either these, or, like, the ones that came with, like, recordable DVDs on them. For the most part, my Nana and Pops actually had these, actually had one like this. So, yeah, it's kind of why these are, like, somewhat important to me. And, like, why it means much to me that I just decide for some weird-ass reason I record with, mini DV tapes during the Chemical Romance cover band. And I'm gonna see if I can try and do that with the Black Parade, when they do Black Parade. Because how funny would it be, like, recording this, and they did it, like, during the Black Parade thing. Like, that would be legit genius. Let's see if it loads. Let's see. We might be in business, I don't know. Just a matter of viewing the results once this, oh, there we go. We got the results. We've got results. Look at that. 59 minutes left on the tape. This is cool. Wow, I can't believe this actually is recording. This is gonna be awesome. Gonna be awesome, like, actually filming around, like, in and around the convention with an old-ass camera like this. This is gonna be awesome! Let's play it back. I don't think I'm gonna show it here, but let's see if it gets it. Let's see if I get it.
Filming around, like, in and around the convention with an old-ass camera like this. This is gonna be awesome!
We're in business. As long as I don't damage the tape or drop the camera, we're safe. Yeah, outside of like the conflict between the PMV contest and the charity auction, we are in the clear for the closing ceremonies. And afterwards, I actually don't know what will be next, to be honest. It's a tough choice. It's gonna be like one of those, it's just like, how are we gonna approach this? What's gonna be next? More than likely, I don't think I'm gonna... There may be a little bit or so I'll record during the, I may record maybe in the sponsor thing or the FlutterCon stuff, plushie meetup. Outside the Fluttershy thing, I actually hadn't looked if the plushie meetup was going on, but around October or November, I think it was November, I found this plush. This is the most weirdest plush I have ever come across in terms of, at least in terms of like finding all of this like pony stuff in the fandom. So I was up in Helena, within the state I live in, and I wind up coming across in a thrift shop this Twilight plush. This is the most weirdest plush you could ever see. Not only because of like the way it was manufactured, because mainly it's supposed to sit like this, but if you put her like this, it looks like she's got like completely utterly derpy eyes. But her hair is also not like stitched together. She's got these like kind of weighted down wings, but also you can open up her back and actually put stuff in it. Yeah, I could like fit maybe like a wallet or credit card or a DV tape. Yeah, you could actually squeeze a DV tape into this. Like you could, like this could actually be like your little carry-on bag at the airport. Minus the fact that it's one of those plushes that unfortunately, it's just a plushie, you know. It's a derpy looking plushie, but was well worth it. Because you saw it there. Those also came from a thrift shop. All those tapes, where this Twilight plush came from, that's from the same thrift shop. This did, up in Helena. Yeah, but I'm thinking of taking her to the plushie meetup just for the hell of it. I just want to see, like, people, they'll just walk around everything, they'll see, like, all these professional plushes and everything, but then in just one little part, they just see this plush, and I don't know what their reaction's gonna be like, but I imagine the reactions are gonna be like, what on earth? Got all these, like, people that made, like, these so cool, perfected, almost professional-made plushies, kind of like the Build-A-Ponies one up there, and they just see this derpy thing. I am going to have a good time in terms of, like, filming stuff. The Fluttershy stuff, I'm mixed on if I want to bring those or not. Because it's not like I have, like, a major, like, collection of Fluttershy plushies. One of them I have is one of the more old school ones where it's like generic and stuff. Like hidden behind here is like some weird, at least technically it's one of the first merchandise of ponies I ever bought with my own money. And it's just these three. What's weird about these ones is these aren't the ones that had the mini DVDs on them, but these are the ones that, like, are just, like, the little ones where they just have, like, on a vacation in 2012, just as I was getting in the fandom. It's, like, these weird toys where it's just, like, you have the ponies right here. Their hair isn't brushed to their correct means and everything. But they come with little carry-on bags and an animal to go with them. So you see Pinkie Pie with a hedgehog. And then there's Fluttershy with some squirrels. Okay, understandable. But then you have Rainbow Dash with a duck.
Why a duck? It's been established in the show that she got a tortoise. A tortoise named Tank. And out of all the things, they just decided just to make the toy, and she gets a duck.
Possibly maybe it was just because they couldn't find the right parts, or it just looked weird on it, but still, it's weird looking. It's just so weird. Oh yeah, I almost forgot this one. I have a glow-up Fluttershy one from the MLP movie that supposedly can interact with the other toys. May consider that. Maybe I'm just because I'm too protective of the coin bank that I'm just like, I don't want to have to shell out like another $60 to freaking near $300 just for the coin bank in mint condition. I'm iffy if I want to even bring this. But anyways, the case is I'm going to head out tomorrow, and it'll be that time to do convention. Also, I may think about just like keeping this for this hairstyle for this. Now, normally in the past I trim the hair, but kind of just in my mind I'm just like, you know what? Let's keep it like this for this year. See what happens. Now the only thing is a matter of like making sure to keep the whiskers trimmed down. It's just a matter of that. But yeah, just kind of the craziness of a convention this year. What can we expected? Who knows? Who legit knows? But I'm excited for it. I really am.